One basic rule of fractions that we must remember is when dividing by a fraction, you must multiply by its reciprocal. So a quick example, if I have 1/3 divided by 2, now 2 you might think that's not really a fraction, but remember we can make it a rational expression by creating a denominator of 1. That is going to be the same as 1/3. We keep that. We change this to multiply, and we flip this fractions to its reciprocal, and now we multiply our numerators and denominators. So we are going to do the same thing below, but with rational expressions using polynomials. What is the quotient? Notice they're not asking for excluded values, so we don't have to state it. We just have to figure this out. So I am going to keep my first fraction the same. I'm going to change that to multiplication, and I'm going to flip my second fraction. So the first thing I see is that x plus y and this factor of x plus y cancel. And then we also have an x up here that really has a coefficient of 1 that's not written. So this x cancels with this x. So this quotient simplifies to be 1 over y. So once again, we have a quotient we're trying to simplify, and I am going to go ahead and factor when I flip. So I'm going to keep my first fraction, but that numerator factors to be 4 times k plus 2, and the denominator factors to be 2 times 3k minus 5. Now remember, I am going to flip this after I change this to multiplication. So this numerator now has a GCF of 3, and that leaves 3k minus 5. And my denominator, I'm going to factor that trinomial. I know that these first two terms have to multiply to make k squared, so they'll be k. And these two here need to multiply to make 8, but add to make 6. So I know that's going to be plus 4 and plus 2. So now I'm going to cancel any common factors I see. K plus 2 and k plus 2 cancel. 3k minus 5 and 3k minus 5. And remember, 4 is actually 2 times 2, right? That was 4. And so now this 2 cancels here. And I'm left in my numerator with 2 times 3, which is 6, over k plus 4. So notice that's what was left after I canceled everything else out. So we will flip and multiply with dividing rational expressions.